Hey, it's Alex with Lover Fighter Writer, and welcome to this video on the key difference between AI writers and human writers. Now, I'm in a lot of AI writing communities because I use a lot of different tools, and I always join the Facebook groups or whatever other communities they have. I also spend a lot of time just kind of reading and consuming other people's content related to this stuff, and so I see a lot of the same complaints over and over again, and I see a lot of the same mistakes over and over again. And a lot of the mistakes that people commonly make, and a lot of the complaints that people commonly make related to AI writing all seem to stem from this one misunderstanding, which is the key difference between AI writers and human writers. So in order to illustrate that difference, I'm going to kind of outline the standard human writing process, and then I'm going to outline how the AI writing process works. So a human writer, like if you hire a freelance human writer and you say, okay, write me a blog post about this topic, they'll most likely spend some time brainstorming and figuring out exactly how they're going to approach it. That will most likely include some research. They'll plan it out, and figure out exactly how they're going to execute. Then they'll start drafting and write the actual content. Then they'll spend some time editing it, and then they might even have a peer or an editor review it before they submit it to you. So that's kind of like a human writing process that you would expect from a professional writer. It might not be exactly that, but most people who earn a living writing are probably somewhat similar to this in their writing process. And so that's a lot of steps, and it's basically the idea that you turn into the content, or the instruction, like the assignment that becomes the content, goes through a lot of changes due to these different steps. The AI writing process, on the other hand, is basically two steps. It's an input and an output. And the output is based on the inputs and the historical knowledge of the AI. So it will use whatever knowledge it has to write what you ask it to, but it's not the same as a human or even an AI actually researching and fact-checking something, because it's not going to. The AI is not going out to, modern content on the internet and checking multiple sources and figuring out exactly what's correct and then, returning that. It's just returning whatever it remembers from its historical knowledge from when it was trained. And another thing to consider is the fact that the AI isn't doing any editing. It's actually kind of much more similar to a human stream of conscious writing process. So if you were to give a human an assignment, and rather than expecting them to do all of this, you just gave them the assignment and said, okay, I need it in 10 minutes, so just write me whatever you can in 10 minutes, don't worry about research, don't worry about editing, just write something with whatever you already know on the topic, and that'll be good enough. That is basically what you're asking an AI to do when you feed it an input and run a template or run a long form command or whatever tool you're using. Like I was saying, AI is much closer to human stream of conscious writing than the kind of standard professional writing process that I outlined, and you really can't expect the AI to perform any steps for you other than the brainstorming and drafting. Now, I'm talking about AI writers here, of course. Like Grammarly is an app that does use AI to help with grammar and other stuff like that in the editing process, but that's not an AI writing tool, really. It's really more of an AI editing tool. So you can't expect the AI to perform any steps basically other than what it's designed to do. And this is where a lot of people run into problems, is because they try to rely on the AI for a finished product or for research or for something other than what it's designed to produce. And this will result in wasted time and energy and money because you're paying for the tool and you're not getting the benefits out of it, and you're putting time into it and you're not getting the outputs that you want, and you're exhausting energy because not only are you dedicating the time, but you're also getting frustrated in the process. Whereas when you use AI to facilitate and speed up the things that it's designed to do, which in the case of AI copywriting tools is the brainstorming and drafting process, then that is when you can get better, faster results. And so when people talk about, like how much AI speeds up and improves their workflow, they're not lying. Like I went from publishing 2 to 4 blog posts a month to publishing 8 blog posts a month when I started really dialing in how to properly use AI writing tools. So that's the kind of output that you can achieve with that. And that's not all I'm writing. In addition to that, I'm doing a lot of client work and stuff, and I'm not struggling the way that I used to keep up with it. So for anyone who understands these points, AI writing tools can be immensely powerful and immensely helpful and can have a huge benefit to your workflow. For anyone who doesn't understand those points, or just doesn't embrace the fact that that's the case, they're likely to get frustrated with AI writing tools. They're likely not to get the benefits out of them, and they're likely to therefore, stop using them, stop paying for them, and potentially make negative comments about them. So if you're a user of AI writing tools, you can really upgrade your workflow just by understanding this key difference. And if you're a creator of an AI writing tool, then getting your customers to understand this is going to be one of the best things that you can do in order to make sure that they stick around and keep paying for your software. All right, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.